Have you ever wondered why you buy what you buy? What influences your purchasing decisions? The answers to these questions lie in an intriguing field known as sales psychology. It's an area that delves into the why, what, and how of our buying behaviors, deeply rooted in cognitive science, and it plays a significant role in our everyday purchasing decisions. Today, we're going to introduce you to an insightful book that explores this concept in depth, The Psychology of Selling. This book, a masterpiece in its own right, uncovers the secrets of what makes a customer tick and how understanding this can lead to successful sales. It's not just a book for salespeople, but for anyone who wants to understand the complexities of human decision-making and influence. So buckle up and prepare to dive into the fascinating world of sales psychology with us as we explore the book, The Psychology of Selling. How does persuasion play a role in sales? Now that's a question that opens up a world of possibilities. The first chapter of the book, The Psychology of Selling, delves deep into this intriguing subject. Persuasion, as the book suggests, isn't about tricking someone into buying something they don't need. No, it's about helping them realize that what you're offering is precisely what they've been searching for. It's about positioning your product or service in such a way that it becomes the solution to their problem, the answer to their needs, or the fulfillment of their desires. So, how does one effectively persuade potential customers? The book provides a wealth of strategies and techniques. Let's explore a few of them. First up is the power of storytelling. Stories have a unique ability to engage people, stir emotions, and create a connection. By weaving your sales pitch into a compelling narrative, you can appeal to your customers' emotions, making your product or service more relatable and desirable. Next, the book emphasizes the importance of understanding your customers' needs and desires. It's only when you truly understand what your customer wants can you position your product or service as the perfect solution. This understanding, combined with an empathetic approach, can be incredibly persuasive. Another technique outlined in the book is the principle of scarcity. The idea that a product or service is limited in availability can create a sense of urgency, compelling customers to act quickly before they miss out. Lastly, the book talks about the power of social proof. Testimonials, reviews, and endorsements can significantly enhance your credibility, making your product or service more persuasive to potential customers. So, there you have it. The power of persuasion in sales is all about understanding your customer, telling a compelling story, creating a sense of urgency, and leveraging social proof. It's about making your customers see the value in what you're offering, making them want to say yes. As we can see, the power of persuasion is a key ingredient in successful sales. What does it mean to truly understand your customer? Well, it's not just about knowing their name or their preference in books. It's about diving deeper. It's about comprehending their needs, their desires, and even their fears. Understanding your customer is like reading a captivating novel. Each page you turn unravels a new layer, a new insight into their life. It's about knowing the plot twists and turns, the highs and the lows, and the subtle nuances that make them unique. In the second chapter of The Psychology of Selling, emphasis is placed on the importance of understanding your customer. It's about seeing things from their perspective, stepping into their shoes, and experiencing the world through their eyes. This understanding is not just about empathy, it's about strategy. It's about using this knowledge to tailor your sales tactics, to make your approach more personalized and therefore more effective. Let's think about it. If you know what your customer needs, you can provide them with the perfect solution. If you understand their desires, you can show them how your product or service can fulfill those desires. And if you recognize their fears, you can assure them, comfort them, and show them how your offering can alleviate those fears. But how do you gain such understanding? You listen, you ask questions, you observe, you analyze, and you do all this with genuine interest and care. Because at the end of the day, people buy from people they like and trust. And nothing builds trust like showing your customer that you truly understand and care for them. So remember, selling is not just about persuasion. It's not just about communication. It's about understanding. Understanding your customer's needs, desires, and fears. Understanding their goals, their motivations, their challenges. Understanding who they are and what they want. To sell effectively, one must first understand who they are selling to. This is the essence of sales psychology. And this is the key to becoming not just a good salesperson, but a great one. Because when you understand your customer, when you truly understand them, you can sell them not just a product or service, but a solution, a dream, a better future. And that, dear listeners, is the art of selling. How important is trust in a sales relationship? Let's delve into the heart of the matter. In the world of sales, trust is not just important, it's paramount. It's the cornerstone upon which successful relationships are built. The third chapter of The Psychology of Selling emphasizes this point, focusing on the significance of building trust and rapport with customers. Think of trust as a bridge, connecting you to a potential customer. Without this bridge, crossing over to a successful transaction becomes a difficult, if not impossible, task. However, this bridge isn't built overnight. It is constructed brick by brick with every interaction, every promise kept, every expectation met. So how do we begin building this bridge? How do we earn trust? The answer lies in the power of consistency. Consistency in words, actions, and service. Deliver what you promise and promise only what you can deliver. This principle, simple as it may seem, is a powerful tool in creating a trustworthy image. Moreover, trust is often a deciding factor in a customer's purchasing decision. Imagine two products of similar quality and price. One is sold by a salesperson you trust, the other by a stranger. Who would you buy from? The answer is pretty obvious, isn't it? This example illustrates the weight trust carries in the sales process. However, building trust is not just about making a sale. It's about creating a lasting relationship with the customer. It's about understanding their needs, respecting their choices, and exceeding their expectations. It's about transforming a one-time purchaser into a loyal customer, someone who not only buys from you, but also recommends you to others. This is the true power of trust. In the realm of sales, trust is more than just a five-letter word. It's a currency. It's a key that can unlock doors to opportunities, growth, and success. So invest in building trust, nurture it with care, and watch as it propels your sales to new heights. Building trust with customers is a crucial step in the sales process. And remember, without trust, there's no sale. So let's build bridges, not walls. Let's build trust. What role does effective communication play in sales? In the world of sales, communication is key. It's the golden thread that weaves together every successful transaction. The fourth chapter of The Psychology of Selling emphasizes this crucial aspect. Let's delve into it. Effective communication isn't just about talking. It's about understanding, responding, and connecting. It's about being clear, concise, and considerate with your words. It's about painting a picture with your words that your customer can see, understand, and become a part of. That's the power of effective communication in sales. Imagine this. You're a painter and your words are the colors. Your canvas, the mind of your customer. A good salesperson doesn't just tell the customer about the product. They make the customer see it, feel it, experience it. How do they do that? By choosing their words wisely and presenting their ideas clearly. Now let's talk about being concise. In sales, time is gold. The longer you take to get to the point, the more likely your customer is to lose interest. So keep it short, keep it sweet, and keep it simple. Remember, quality over quantity. But let's not forget the other side of communication, listening. Listening to your customers allows you to understand their needs, their wants, and their concerns. It gives you the chance to respond accurately and provide exactly what they're looking for. And then there's empathy. Empathy is the secret sauce that makes your communication relatable. It's about understanding your customer's perspective and showing them that you care. It's about being human, being real, and being there for your customer. So what role does effective communication play in sales? It's the bridge between you and your customer. It's the tool that turns a simple interaction into a successful transaction. It's the art of understanding, responding, and connecting. It's the skill of being clear, concise, and empathetic. And above all, it's the key to building trust, rapport, and lasting relationships with your customers. Good communication is the backbone of any successful sales interaction. What does it take to close a sales deal? You might think it's all about the hard sell, but in reality, it's more nuanced than that. In the fifth chapter of The Psychology of Selling, the author dives deep into the art of closing the deal, providing us with strategies and techniques that are both effective and respectful of the customer. Now let's get into it. First, the book talks about the importance of timing. It's about understanding when the customer is ready to make a decision. Push too hard, too early, and you might lose the sale. but wait too long and the customer might lose interest. It's a delicate balance, and the key is to pay attention to the customer's signals. Next, the book discusses the power of choice. Instead of pushing a single product or service, give the customer options. This not only empowers the customer, but also increases the likelihood of a sale. After all, a choice between two products is better than a choice between buying and not buying. The book also emphasizes the importance of confidence. Be confident in your product, your company, and most importantly, yourself. This confidence is contagious and customers respond to it. But remember, there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Stay humble, stay sincere, and the customer will appreciate it. Finally, the book advises us to always be ready to overcome objections. Objections are not rejections, they are opportunities. When a customer raises an objection, they are essentially saying, "Convince me." And that's exactly what you should do. Address their concerns, provide reassurances, and demonstrate the value of your product or service. In conclusion, closing a deal is not about overpowering the customer, it's about understanding them, respecting them, and guiding them towards a decision that benefits both parties. It's about building a relationship, not just making a sale. And that's why closing the deal is the final, but perhaps most important, step in the sales process. So what have we learned from the psychology of selling? First and foremost, the power of persuasion cannot be overstated. It's about more than just convincing someone to buy a product or service. It's about creating a narrative, crafting a story where the customer sees themselves benefiting from what you're selling. The art of persuasion is essentially the art of storytelling. Then understanding the customer comes into play. It's not just about knowing their needs and wants. It's about understanding their fears, their desires, their motivations. It's about getting into their heads and seeing the world from their perspective. Only then can you truly tailor your sales pitch to resonate with them on a deeper level. Building trust and rapport goes hand in hand with understanding the customer. People are more likely to buy from someone they trust and have a connection with. It's not just about making a sale, it's about establishing a relationship. Trust is the foundation of any successful sales endeavor. Effective communication, on the other hand, is the tool that allows us to build that trust and rapport. It's about listening more than speaking, about understanding before being understood. It's about being clear, concise, and honest in your interactions. Effective communication is the bridge between the salesperson and the customer. Closing the deal, the final piece of the puzzle, is the culmination of all the previous steps. It requires a delicate balance of assertiveness and empathy, of confidence and humility. It's about knowing when to push and when to back off, when to speak and when to listen. Closing the deal is the art of sealing the relationship you've built with the customer. Remember, understanding the psychology of selling is the first step to becoming a successful salesperson. The journey doesn't end here, it merely begins. Embrace the lessons, apply them, and watch as your sales game reaches new heights. Now that we have a better understanding of the psychology of selling, how will you apply these concepts? Picture this. You're in a sales meeting armed with the knowledge we've just discussed. The power of persuasion is at your fingertips. You understand your customers' desires and fears. You've built a relationship based on trust and rapport. Your communication is effective and clear, and when it's time to close the deal, you're ready. This isn't a fantasy. This is the reality that awaits when you apply the principles of sales psychology. Applying these concepts isn't about manipulating your customers, it's about understanding them. It's about creating a win-win situation where they get the product or service they need and you make a sale. It's about transforming the sales process from a dreaded chore into an exciting journey of discovery. So, what's your next step? Perhaps you'll start by identifying your customers' needs more accurately. Or maybe you'll focus on building stronger relationships. Or you might hone your communication skills to ensure your customers understand exactly how your product or service can benefit them. The choice is yours. But remember, learning is a continuous process. Don't be discouraged if you don't see instant results. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep improving. And as you do, share your journey with others. What challenges have you faced? What victories have you celebrated? What insights have you gained? Your experiences can inspire and educate others, just as others' experiences can inspire and educate you. And while you're sharing your journey, why not also share this video? Who knows? You might just help someone else discover the power of sales psychology. And if you found this content valuable, show your support by giving us a thumbs up. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the psychology of selling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Until next time, happy selling.